let's get started. I'm excited for this. Welcome to the third place finals of the day. The first of many to come. In the odd colors, we have Bloodseekers, and in the even colors, we have Estamos GG, as you can see on the scoreboard. It's nice with the colors there. Let's introduce the players, and we can start talking about all the things we normally talk about when we talk about Age of Empires. In the blue, we have Isis Drakenar playing as the Portuguese. Interesting pick. In the green, we have David Espinosa playing as the Berbers. Perfect. In the teal, we have Panzer playing as the Franks. And in the gray, we have Camilo with a long number behind it, playing as the Saracens. A civ I've really come around to, but I really like Saracens now, actually. In the red, we have Piojo playing as the Vietnamese. In the yellow, we have Iron Cherry playing as the Magyars. In the purple, we have Fabricio playing as the Turks. And last but not least, we have El Cochinote playing in the orange as the Malay. They picked Malay early as well, so they really wanted to have this Malay civilization as the most GG. So I'm interested to see what their strategy is going to be with it. Because even though Patagonia is a lot like Arabia, it's basically the tournament version of Arabia, but then with more snow. That doesn't mean that all possible strategies have already been discovered. I am sure that teams will be able to come up with more as we go forth, with Age of Empires. That's the beauty of it. Like, honestly, if you go back in time, right, and go, like, say, 3 years ago, and you look at recordings of team games, people played so much differently than they do today. I mean, that's balance changes, that's civilizations and DE being added, but also just people used to play the game different. We're still learning it. We're still discovering new ways to play the game, and that's the beauty of it. Like, even though there's already people that know so much about Age of Empires and how to play it, we still find new tricks, new strategies every day, That's the beauty of the game. Alrighty. Now, there is a few civilizations here that I do want to talk about. Like, for one is the Turks. Turks is an interesting pick here, and the reason for that is not because Turks are a bad civilization. They really aren't. It's that they are not a good heavy cavalry civilization. Like, and I know that's kind of ironic historically because Turks were a nomadic civilization in the past. They were definitely known for their cavalry, and they even had heavy cavalry as well. So it's because the developers, when they created the civilization, they wanted to go more for the late Turks, more the Ottomans, really. As the identity of the civ, so gunpowder and technology, right? And that's fine, but as a result, when you pick Turks as a pocket in a team game, that means that you're not going to have Paladin. It means that your best heavy cavalry that you have available is heavy camel. As blue could lame some sheep here, might be thinking about it as well, but gets a hit in on the scout here for purple. He's stealing the sheep right now. Let's see if he's good. I think he actually wants to eat the sheep as well. He might just go for one and then leave one to purple. I guess they'll just have to share. Very nice. But yeah, as I'm saying, like Turks, like their main selling point is really their light cavalry line, which get extra pierce armor, which also gets upgrades for free every age. That's kind of like their signature cavalry unit. And beyond that, it's cavalry archers, it's janissaries and things like that. Not really the unit that you want to be making if you're the pocket, right? So we'll see how that's going to go for them. Then Malay, Malay is a good flank civ, don't get me wrong. It's just they are not as strong in the early game, right? But they do have the potential to get ahead by making use of the fact that they age up faster, so they can actually go to the next stage later than everyone else and still arrive at the same time, which basically gives you a vill lead. You can make a few more villagers and then still get up at the same time. And yeah, these villagers have looms, so blue unfortunately taking a fight against the villager here, but is not going to be able to kill it because it has loom. It's a sheep though, so at least it's not for nothing. Purple already walling a little bit here. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what the strategy is here. For the rest, the civilizations are quite standard, so I don't have any comments whatsoever on them. We can quickly have a look at the resources. We got a back gold here for blue. Has a forward gold, and there should be another gold here somewhere. Oh, it's right there. So it has 2 back golds. Ooh, if he walls like this, like if he walls or even like that, all those golds are safe. So that's actually pretty nice for blue. For orange, who is chasing with villagers, that's a bit of idle time for him. Has forward berries, has forward gold as well. His main gold is quite forward also, so not as safe as blue's base. He will probably have to wall around that, maybe tower it, protective and military. You know the drill. As for red, has a, well, it's 2 forward golds basically, but his main gold is in the back of his base, and if he's going to finish these walls, then that should be safe enough here. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. His berries are right next to the wall, but it's behind the wall at this point, so I guess we're fine. And then last for gray, ooh, main gold forward, and he's taking it as well, and he's walling toward it. And we know that that could be dangerous. It does save you a bit of wood, yes, but if enemy archers show up right there, and they start shooting at your villagers, then you might be pushed off a gold. And that's that is a vicious cycle to be, a circle to be in. Because think about it. If you cannot protect your gold with military, you're going to be pushed off a gold, which will make it that you can't make as much military, and then you can't protect your gold with military even worse. You know, so yeah, it just gets worse and worse. As blue is sending some militia forward, they're supposed to be men-at-arms, but they're not yet men-at-arms because blue is not quite there yet. So they're only militia now. So orange could still fight this. He can still fight this, but he is choosing to run away. There is a weak villager in there, so that's probably prudent to at least save this guy. And yeah. Well, the man-at-arm rush for now is successful enough. It's pushing orange off a berry, so I would be happy with that if I were blue. On the other side, teal's just kind of harassing inside of red's base. Gray's trying to break through over here as well. Yeah, but I think red's going to get the walls up and he should be fine over there. So for now, all the action is on the north side here, as blue has made 4 men-at-arms as well. And orange is trying to wall this out, but he's going to have to quick wall this. Quick wall. No. That's the men-at-arms do make it in, but yeah, and if blue controls them and make sure they don't run into the DC, then he is denying a wood line already from El Cochinote here, and I'm pretty sure that orange is not happy to see this. Not happy to see this at all. Because now he'd have to relocate to another wood line, for which he does have the wood, but not the start that orange would have hoped for. Now he can't afford the second archer range, which the blue player has not afforded yet as well, but at this rate he's going to be able to afford it much sooner than orange here. And how are you doing, Chanchilaro? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. As orange probably, yeah, okay, this is a good decision from orange, by the way, to a degree, because you know you're not going to be able to make a whole lot of archers here, so getting a tower up is a good idea. But green, following this up with some scout aggression here, is already there just before purple can come in to save orange, and orange already has to abandon his gold. And now the men-at-arms make it here as well, which can easily destroy this tower, and that's exactly what blue is going to do. He's going to be like, that's a nice tower you got there, let's kill it. Yeah, this is some pressure already here from Bloodseekers on the top flank here of the Estamos GG team, and it's not looking too hot, as orange has to delete his tower as well, and as a result can now, oh, he's missing 2 stone. He can't build another tower now. Can't build another tower. On the other side, not looking too hot over here as well. Red only now getting his archer range up, as gray has already 5 archers on the field. No fletching for gray just yet, but that's going to change quite soon. No wait, red already had an archer range. He just built the second one. That's what I meant to say. Let's be correct about what we say, of course. As yeah, purple is trying to run away from this. Now normally you wait until orange has the archers out so he can kill the men-at-arms, because you do not want to fight the men-at-arms with your scouts. Because when you do that, you lose a lot of HP, and then green gets an advantage in the scout wars, which is not really ideal. It's not really ideal. As ooh, yellow trying to go for some snipes here, but yeah, a spearman from gray will push that away, as well as the scouts from teal. Purple doing a good job with the scout fight so far, getting 2 scouts here from green. Still has the numbers, but lots of these are very weak. They could definitely not take the fight against these men-at-arms. So just, yeah, men-at-arms don't really have a counter in early feudal. It's when the archers come out that they're easily countered, but that was exactly what was delayed by blue so far. And orange, though he has a gold in the back, by the way, he has a gold right here that he could fall back on, hasn't done so, so he's kind of waiting for purple to, yeah, kind of save him. kind of saving. As you can see, he's not making any archers right now. He doesn't have the gold for it. He can't afford it. Now, he has gotten most of the walls up so far. Not so much in the back, though. There's still some holes there, which green might very well find. So, yeah, for now, I would say a firm lead for Bloodseekers. There's no other way around it. As blue and green are looking for a way back into the base, and orange still a pretty big hole here. He would have to quick wall this pretty quickly if he wants to keep this army out. He does see it now. He did see it. Now, blue and green might assume that this is walled. They might actually assume that this is walled. I think they do think so. That's why green is trying to break through here. So that is lucky for orange, I mean, because that will at least keep that army outside. Well, red has been able to get to a nice mass of units. Of course, his gold is safe behind his walls, so he can get to a nice number of archers. So, yeah, but orange is not able to do so at all. He's still on 1 archer range. He's been adding farms, though, instead. So he's trying to get up to castle age, maybe. But yeah, in the meantime, you got to remember that blue has been on 2 archer ranges, and he's been making archers, alright. He's been making a lot of archers. That's 14 archers, and that army is only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's about to get scary if you're orange. Yeah, I think what orange maybe should have done here is, while he was being pressured on the front, wall this side. Just wall this off and go to this gold. Because, like, you got pushed off of this gold, that sucks, but, like, you want to get to the next gold as soon as you can. This is what most players would do, and at least what I would suggest to do if you're in this situation. Because when you get pushed off a gold, the longer it takes before you get back on, the larger your opponent's army is going to be vis-a-vis yours. So if you have to get back to gold. Now, wait, so let's see if orange actually sees that gold, because now I'm not sure about that. He can see the gold, so he could go out there. I mean, he did see the men at arms there, so he probably feels like it's not safe out there. But the problem is, it's not going to be safe in your own base in a second here either. So, I don't know about that. Ooh, we actually missed a big fight over here. It's yellow and yellow killing a lot of archers from gray. Ooh, this is really good. Gray was ahead in the archer count, but not anymore. That is a lot of Vietnamese archers here. Killing all these archers for gray. That's a big swing on this side, actually. That's too bad that we missed that fight. Looks like green is on the way to castle age here, because green doesn't feel the need to make a lot of scouts here. He doesn't have to. Blue is under no pressure whatsoever, and they broke in. Oh no, they broke into the walls here. I don't know where exactly. I think, was there an overchop over here? I don't know, but in any case, oh, so many villages that could die here, orange. He's trying to separate his villas, so half his villages run that way. The other half he sacrifices and runs away to purple here, who is on the way to castle age. But as a result, purple will not be able to make a whole lot of military to help orange here. And orange is in a bad place. He has actually gone out to gold now. He might have not actually realized that there was gold here, because now he's immediately going to go there. But unfortunately, he's going to have to pay the price here. 5 villages. And that's why Age of Empires is such a snowbally game. You get pushed off a gold, it just gets worse and worse and worse from you from there. As gray continues to lose spearmen and archers here, and red and yellow looking to push in here and do some damage. And it's good that they do, because if red and yellow can't hold a nice position here, then Estamos GG's position is looking pretty rough here. Especially because you're up against... because you're already so far behind if you're orange. Like, orange is not going to get to castle age anytime soon here. I'm lying. He might actually get to castle age very soon. The only question is, what are you going to do when you're there? It's not like he has an army to upgrade right now, so I don't know. Now, gray, in the meantime, has had to tower his gold. That's good for red and yellow. That already, makes it difficult for gray to boom in the next age without mining stone. But of course, now red can't really hit the tower, the gold miners, I mean. So he can't stop gray from producing archers. But if gray is going to keep sending them right by this army from red here, red will happily snipe all of them, and keep the numbers low. So I like that. As you can see, the Turk player gets the castle age, and immediately his scouts are light cav. He did not get that upgrade. And ooh, if you can actually find these archers here, before green gets too many knights, and he might be able to snipe all of them, because light cav are pretty good, especially if you're Turks and you have 3 pierce armor instead of 2. Also remember that blue, because he's teammates with a Saracen player, Grey Saracens, his archers also do bonus damage versus buildings. So these archers will be able to get through this stable quite quickly. And the stable does go down. It's 175 wood down the drain. And less production here for purple. Yeah, purple is already going to have to defend himself with siege here. He's not... I'm just at a loss to see what purple and orange are planning to do here. And unfortunately, they're also out-cived. Berbers and Portuguese are miles stronger than Malay and Turks together, in my opinion. As, oh, the Turks player trying to drop a castle. Is that even going to go up? Oh, he's trying to wall it out. The archers cannot really join here. You need one more quick wall here. One more quick wall. Oh, no! Oh, disaster for purple. He wanted to get the castle up, but that's not going to happen anytime soon now. These knights are going to wreck the villagers that are building that castle, and it's denied for now. Blue can't join the fray because he can't walk past his town center without taking too many losses, but that castle is not going up right now. Let's see. Okay, there's Red's army. So Red is still alive. Red is is going up to castle age here. But Grey already is in castle age, and he's building his numbers already. Well, he was, but then he got sniped again. But okay, there you go. That's a lot of that's some crossbows. Grey's been keeping him in the archer ranges, which is good, which is very good. On the meantime, Yellow, because he knows that the other flank is so far behind, is sending his military around the top here. Could actually pick off these archers here. Ooh, this is interesting. Yellow, pounce on it. Yes, Green is out of position. Yellow could actually get a bunch of kills here before Green can stop the help. These are +2 knights. These crossbows might have buck and arrow, but they still only do 3 damage. But yeah, Green. Just too many knights. That's the Berber player for you. But is it enough time? Just enough time here for orange, for purple, I mean, to get this castle up. 90% goes up. Okay, nice. Nice, that will stop the archer player from getting in. The siege will go down, though. But at least the castle is up. It means that purple can make janissaries? Huh, interesting. The purple is going to defend himself with janissaries so far. Let's see, Red's army inside his base. Grey's taking an awful risk here to walk that far in without help from Teal. But Teal's making skirmishers. Interesting. As Yellow is now sending his knights the other way around. They are +2 knights. If he gets around this, I'm pretty sure that Yellow could easily wreck this entire army by himself. Especially with the help of Red. And they need something because Yellow and Blue, they're going in for the kill. They know that purple and orange are no longer a real threat. That the real threat to their team is Yellow and Red. And if they can stop Yellow and Red, like look, Yellow immediately massacring everything that Teal had here. I mean, it was feudal age military, so it wasn't that impressive, but they know that if Yellow and Red can push their team, then at least it becomes an even game. So what they need to do is kill Red and Yellow. They need to also do damage to Red and Yellow while also harassing Orange and Purple at the same time. And yeah, what else can you say? And there's nothing that Yellow can do about this, beyond sending back his military and taking fights here. He has to. He can't help Red going forward. He has to defend his own base, because if he doesn't, then it's GG already. Then it's Estamos GG for real. Now, Yellow does have the bigger knight mass here. They're also Magyar knights, which means they normally have better attack than your opponent early castle age, because of course you get iron casting for free. Well, yeah, Green already got that upgrade, so in the end it's equal. And oh my god, and this sucks so much as well. Green blocking the way, and Blue can just shoot and shoot and shoot at these knights, and Yellow would actually have lost that fight if he had remained right there. And that is the frustration of having to defend yourself defend your base by yourself against a combo army. It's so difficult to do. It's so difficult to do as the Saracen archers are chipping away at Yellow's base. And what does Yellow do here? I mean, Purple can't really help him. He's not really making any military right now. And at this point, Yellow's downsets are just going to go right down. Yeah, it's going to go right down. Yellow's taking the fight now, but he's still being shot at by countless crossbows as well. It's just so difficult to deal with this. It's so difficult to deal with this because you're just outnumbered. There's just too much going on. There's even... Okay, Red now bringing his crossbows back because he has to do something here. While his own town is not under attack, bringing those back will save Yellow for now, but that's the thing. You're just saving Yellow. Yellow now losing all those knights. That's really expensive, and now you won't be able to push. Your side, which is exactly what blue and green wanted. They wanted to make sure that yellow and red never moved out of their base, giving a lot of time for gray and teal to get their numbers up, and now gray and teal have a giant army as well. Yeah, it's good team play. It's good team play to recognize that the real threat of your opponent is not so much the person on your side, right? Because you saw purple is not really making a lot of military. Orange is not really making a lot of military because they're behind. We need to kill the other side, the actual threat. Because I think red and yellow, they might have been able to do a lot of damage to gray and teal if they had been left unmolested here. But yeah, now with all the damage that's being done to yellow, with blue going up to Imperial Age, with red now being under siege by gray here, I just think we're getting close to a moment that Estamos GG probably thinks, we actually are GG in this game. Yeah, when Saracen archers start destroying your town centers and knights raid all the villagers underneath it, you know you're in a bad spot. You know you're in in the worst position ever. And yellow is just gonna... Yeah, he's basically being punished for being top scorer here. That's why. I would take it as a compliment, yellow. I would take it as a compliment. Like they saw you as big enough of a threat to immediately walk through. The entire left flank of the Estamos GG team to deal with the player who still posed an actual threat. Not anymore though. Yellow down to 27 villagers. Purple is at 34. Red is at 36. Orange actually the furthest ahead with villagers, but that's... Yeah, he doesn't have an army to push blue, and even if he did have an army, blue is in Imperial Age. It's going to be Arbalest from here on. That means that no one can fight this, so it's GG. And purple agrees, calling the GG here for his team, so I think Estamos GG, realizing the situation they're in, they are going to call it quits here, and they are going to give the first game to Bloodseekers GG. Let me update the score as well. Let's make sure that I update the right score. There we go. Boom. Alrighty. That was a solid first game here. Honestly, I think that if blue and green had stayed on their side, tried to kill purple and orange definitively, this game might have gone on for much longer, because I think that red and yellow would have been able to run into gray space and maybe do some real damage there. But I think they realized, right? If it had just been orange that had taken damage here, I don't think they would have made that, they would have taken that risk to go all the way to yellow. Because if you don't hit purple will make an army, and then you might be surrounded by two knight armies in the back of your opponent's base. That's not a situation you want to be in. But the problem was that purple is Turks. And Turks, right? Like, you could tell that purple might not... I wasn't really sure what the plan was with Turks here. Like, are you going to make some camels? Are you going to make knights? I mean, it's possible in Castle Age, but... Yeah. And the fact he was on stone almost made me feel like he wanted to get that castle up anyways. Actually, I'm not sure if he was on stone. He might have actually bought that castle. Huh. That must have been expensive. Yeah, so purple didn't have the knights, and blue and green, when they hit purple, he couldn't really defend himself against it. He had to wait until yellow came and bailed him out. And as a result, blue and green knew, okay, purple has taken damage as well. So orange and purple right now are kind of incapacitated. They cannot pose a threat to our home base, and as a result, we can just move right on to the next person who is a potential threat to gray and teal. Like I said, I think red and yellow, they could have done real damage on this side, because teal and gray were actually behind in the fights. Like, red had a really good position here at one point, but if you have to keep going back and defending your own base, that's normally when you know that it's not going well for your team. That's how you know. Yeah, great KD there for green and blue. Obviously, the fights they were taking much more favorable to them. Lots of army created by blue as well. Yeah, blue and green were not hit once. Like they boomed unmolested there. Yeah, the fights on the left side for Estamos GG, unfortunately not in their favor, and especially yellow taking a lot of losses at the end there. Looking at the economy, very nice economy there for the Frank player. His base wasn't hit a lot, so he could boom there. And looking at the society there, 80 villagers. Yeah, that was really nice. 65 for Grace, pretty good. Far ahead of Red as well. 55 for Blue. Wow, 55, and he went to Imp like that. Fast Imp play from the Arbalest, from the flank player. Very good. Very good. It's a solid boom as well for Yellow, but of course, he would have had more villagers, but, well, he had to make a lot of knights to keep both sides alive, and that's never a good sign. So, yeah, this timeline tells you where this game was headed. So GG. That, of course, is not the end of this set, obviously. Of course not. Estamos GG still have 2 home maps, one of which will be the next game, on which they hope to be able to beat their opponents, right? They'll probably have a strategy prepared for their home maps as well. You know, it's like playing the home field. For some reason, right? Even though, like, technically in football, it's not like Age of Empires where the home field is a completely different terrain. It's just some grass, right? American football. For some reason, though, the home field is just something magical about it. It just gives you the strength to really pull through. So let's see if Estamos GG can actually, can take that strength from their home map and pull through, even this out against Bloodseekers. Let's go. And the next map will be, Pagoda. Let's go. There we go. Alrighty. Welcome to Pagoda. A map we haven't seen in a while, actually, so I'm glad to be able to cast it for the finals. Very happy about that one. In any case, let's introduce the players first, and then we will talk about the map. We'll start with the players of the team whose home map this is. We'll start in the corner here for clarity's sake. In the yellow, we have El Cochinote playing as the Berbers. Interesting pick. In the red, we have Iron Cherry playing as the Italians, alright? In the... I need to go this way. In the orange, we have Bioko playing as the Japanese. And then in the purple, we have Byzantines for Fabricio. Interesting picks. Interesting. On the other side, for Bloodseekers, we have Isis Ragnar playing as the Italians, but in the pocket, alright? In the blue, we have Panzer playing as the Teutons. In the gray, we have Davide Spin playing as the Bulgarians. I like that. And in the teal, we have Camilo playing as the Vikings. Oh, yeah. Oh boy, oh boy. This is going to be a good game, I can tell you already. It's just something tells me that this is going to be a good game. So let's talk about Pagoda, shall we? You probably have already noticed that, well, half the team doesn't really start on the island named after this pagoda in the middle. This is correct. It is always the flank players, that is red, orange. I know orange is a little bit hard to see on this map, but just trust me that he's there. So orange, red, gray, and blue, they always start, those colors start on the mainland. And basically they have a private 2v2 or even 2 private 1v1s between them, right, on the mainland. Which is where most of the extra resources are. You have some gold and stones, and of course a giant wood line in the middle, which has lots of holes in it, by the way. So you can never assume that when you put your lumber camp here and wall it in, that it's actually walled in, that there is no way for your opponents to still make it there. Like, for example, this might actually be a path right there that leads all the way up here. It's there's no way to know, so best to wall in your wood line from the back as well. As red didn't have loom yet. Quick wall, quick wall. Quick wall. You can do it. You can do it, red. You can do it. Come on, red. Red. Oh, the crocodile gets a kill. Poor red. If he had moved his villager around this way and quick wall right there, I think he could have done it. That's too bad. The crocodile gets the kill, and I think red is going to angrily kill this crocodile now. Yeah, he's going to be like, you, and we shall not use that word. So far for the crocodile. But, his stomach was full when he died, so at least there's that. As orange is kind of hanging around blue's skull, and he's like, fighting with a villager as well. Yeah, so blue taking some extra damage here. We'll have to run away from this now, so that's good. Good start for orange. Now, let's say, after that bit of action, let's start talking about the map, right? You start with 3 boars, I think. Or is it just 2? No, 3. There you go. I wasn't sure if that was this map or another, but it was 3 boars or rhinos in this case, right? So there's some extra food. Mongols, not the worst pick on this map either. But yeah. Half the team, though, starts in the pockets of the map, the actual pockets of the map, as you can see. You start on an isolated island. You can't get to the mainland unless you transport villagers, for which you have to dock. So in most cases, because there's this much fish along the edge of the map, the pockets will be engaged in a little fight on water, most of which will be, either fire galleys or war galleys, because you're so far away, you can actually mash some galleys before your opponent makes it to you. Now, all the relics of the map are on little patches of shallows in the water. I don't see a lot of teams actually get the relics because it's a lot of micro to do so. But, I mean, if it goes late, it might be worth it. There's also some monks there that will try to convert your... in theory, I think they should be converting your ships, but I haven't seen that happen yet. What I have seen is that they convert villagers that are on the mainland trying to dock or something like that, so... We'll see. Now, with that said, now that we know what the map's like, we can have a talk about the civilizations. And let's just start with Estamos GG. It's their home map, so this should be a map that they at least have practiced and thought about what they want to do on this map. And one thing that we can already immediately distinguish from their strategy is the fact that they are walling up, which I hope that Red is going to realize that there's a hole right there. That's a hole. So that's one thing. So we'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, they're walling up. So what they want to do here, they want to keep this safe. And it looks like Orange is doing the same thing on the other side, committing to it with the 2 villagers walling right now, which is some idle time, in theory. Idle time being defined as villagers not collecting resources, right? It's not like they're not doing anything, but you get the drift. So yeah, so they want to wall up and maybe... on the one thing that this allows you to do is it allows you to pick what side you want to be aggressive on. So like red and orange, if they can hold both these walls, right, they can pick one of the walls, make a hole, and start attacking both of them on the other side. Whereas, the side that they aren't attacking on might remain safe for that purpose. So we'll see. Might also buy them some time to allow the pocket players to get to the mainland. And the reason why I think that at least Yellow might go to the mainland as well is because of his Civ pick. Berbers, right? Like if you think about it, there's 3 things really what you can do on this island. 1, you fight for water. For that, you want to have a good water Civ, like Byzantines with great fire ships, right? Or Portuguese, Italian Civs like that. The second thing you can do is immediately land villagers and expand economy on land and go aggressive, right? That's the second thing. Then there's a third option, which is you sling your teammates, right? So you just take all the resources on this island, just continuously sling resources to your teammates. But if you're gonna do that, I would pick a Civ that has an eco bonus that allows you to bring in resources really quickly, right? Berbers is not that Civ, so I'm not sure what Yellow's plan is. I'm gonna guess, because Berbers is neither a really good naval Civ nor an economy Civ so much. It's more a military Civ, right? That's really their strength. So it wouldn't surprise me if Yellow actually goes to land and maybe joins the fight. So we'll see. That would be my prediction, but of course that might be wrong. I would never sit here and suggest to you that I know exactly everything about this game and exactly how everything is going to go, because I don't. Of course not. And also, I promise to you that I have not watched any of these games myself, so I'm not... I can imagine that maybe some casters would do that, right? They would skip through a game so they know kind of what the highlights are, so they can then say, this is going to happen, and then it will happen because they already knew, and then it looks like they predicted it because, because they're that good at it. But I don't want to do that. And, well, looks like Red is going to commit to this side, is going to stonewall this side as well. So that's going to keep this extra safe as well. Interestingly, the fact that Gray went for scouts here actually helps Red. It helps Red because there's no way that scouts are going to be able to break through here. Yeah, because Red is just going to wall behind, and stonewall behind, and that's about it. The thing is, though, there's a hole right there. If Gray just clicks right past this, the scouts would go right down here. Because I don't think... Yeah, it's not a tree down there, so it's got to be a hole. But Red might actually fill that up now, so that's good. I appreciate that, Lord Roderick. Really appreciate that. I mean, I'm not accusing any casters of necessarily doing that, but I can imagine that some people might do that, something like that. You know, as far as I'm concerned, what I'm doing here is watching games with you, right? I'm watching games with you, and that's most fun if you guys, I always feel more connected to a caster if like they are genuinely experiencing the same thing I'm experiencing with them. Like it's a a community thing. At least that's how I see it. Yeah, it's kind of cheating, isn't it? And ooh, red, you gotta fix the house here. You gotta fix the house. As the Vikings player here, going with galleys because, well, they don't get fire galleys. So this is kind of the opening you have to go for. Ironically, it's also helping Grey break through because now suddenly, as that monk goes down. Oh, yellow. Okay, now he's sending his fire galleys behind. This is really important. Because this is a critical moment here. If yellow cannot push these fire galleys away, these scouts are going to get in here. Grey breaking through and red making a huge mistake not walling there. Yeah, I know a house feels like it's strong as well. It's not. It doesn't have the same armor as a wall. Let's just compare it, right? It's less HP, and look at the armor, especially 8 armor. That's really what makes a wall strong. It's just so difficult to kill. And now red has to deal with some scouts in his base, and that's not what he wanted to go for. So I'm sure he's not very happy about this one. He'll have to make some spearmen here to protect himself. Now, luckily for him, he does have some fishing ships to give him some food. But if Teal has something to say about that, yeah, Teal is like, let's snipe these. Because he knows he can't kill these fire galleys, so he's going to go for the fishing ships for now, which will hurt red big time. By the way, shout out to red for docking. I don't see enough people on land dock on this map as well. Like, mostly it's only the pocket players who dock on this map. Honestly, with how dangerous your economy usually is on land, I would dock as well. And just assume that your team's gonna win water, right? That's a safe assumption, in my opinion. Well, red did finish the wall now. No galleys that can get that down. But yeah, Grey still has 4 scouts in here. These scouts have no upgrades. So yeah, at this point, red just going to have to fight with villagers now. Actually, magically has not lost a single villager yet to this. That's pretty good for red. Or maybe one villa went down. I'm not sure. On the other side, ooh, the Italian player already massing a lot of galleys here, which at some point you get to a nice mass where fire galleys aren't really the best counter anymore. But then again, Byzantine fire galleys pretty good. With all this pressure going on, we haven't really talked about Bloodseekers yet and like what they are going to do with their civilizations. And now with Bulgarians, that's a cavalry civ, which is why I said that Bulgarians going scout, which is their standard opening, actually helped red because it allowed them to get these walls up. Imagine if Grey had gone for archers instead. Who's going to expect that? No one, because you can't upgrade your archers with Bulgarians, right? But it would allow you to punch through those walls. You go man-at-arms with archers, put more pressure on the walls than scouts do. Now, luckily, the scouts did actually manage to get through, so they might actually get some value here. They have been getting value. We'll find a villager there as well. So it's not useless at all, but I think archers would have been able to punch through and keep this hole open at the same time. Oh boy, we got some demos here. Green came prepared. He knows what he's up against. Microing this away, waiting for the opportune moment, and boom! Nice demo right there. Let's see if purple is paying attention to this. He is paying attention. Ooh! Demo did take some damage of purple ships, but it doesn't matter in the end. Green is going to clear this up, and purple far behind in the military count on water. Is going up the cast slates as well, but green is ahead of him. So green right now in a very good position here. A very good position on water. I think purple is going to struggle, but purple smart enough to bring some villagers to the mainland here, which is smart, right? Same with yellow, does the same thing. Because if you lose water, right, your opponent can easily circle your island and stop you from going to the mainland, right? And you don't want to be in that situation because then you're stuck on your island and you can't help. You have to get a castle up then and try to force your way out. And in that time, your opponent might be able to overrun your teammates on land. So it's good that yellow and purple both in time sending some villagers to the mainland here. So that's good. Now the Titan player has been walling up as well. So I think that, yeah, Bloodseekers have just mirrored what Estamos GG are doing. Both sides basically just walling up. I should imagine the Teuton player is probably going to go for some knights here. That would surprise me if he was going to go for something else. Especially as the Italian player is now joining. We'll go for some archers probably. As for Vikings, probably as well, going for archers. So they have a... I like for Bloodseekers that they have a very nice knight archer combo across the teams. As soon as everyone makes it to land, that is. As this crocodile is still running right through the economy here. That is one ballsy crocodile right there. As you can see, things not going too well here for purple. He's now forced to fight with trying to, you know, mass enough fire galleys to take a fight against this. But there's so many war galleys here that, yeah, green will be able to easily kill these. So what purple needs to do now is, if he makes fire galleys, keep him in your docks. Keep him in your docks, mass units first, and then send them out. We have like 7, 8. If you have 8, I think 8 fire galleys might be able to kill a lot of this. So, as like I said, remember there was a hole there, and I think Gray just found that hole. Yeah, he just found that hole, and but luckily Red was there with some army to defend. So in the end, it doesn't really matter. But that could have been really bad actually if he had found that before. This is bad though. Orange unfortunately had added a lot of fishing ships. Japanese fishing ships work faster. They're very tanky, but they still go down to this many war galleys. Unfortunately, Orange will have to relocate his fish now, which is an important part of food income for him because he didn't add any farms. You know, that was the strategy, right? Like, we fish and we don't farm. Yeah, Orange will have to switch into some farms now, which will set him back a little bit, so... I like that we're building some crapos, though. You know, it looks like Gray is not content to just let Red sit behind these walls there, and also realizes that this is a weak spot. There's no stone walls there, so it's easy to punch through in that regard. As Blue has indeed gone for some Teutonic Knights, or Teuton Knights, they're not actually Teutonic Knights, because that would be the unique unit. As Green streaming forward more ships. Has cleared up most of the fish here for Orange. Actually, Orange is running away with his fishing ships, and he's going all the way the long way around. That is some trip to take right there. On the other side, looks like some longboats coming out. That's something that I wanted to talk about as well. One of the best civilizations on this map, in my opinion, Vikings. And this is exactly why. It's because of these longboats. They rule the waves. They really do. Longboats are so difficult to kill. It's just almost impossible to kill them when your Vikings player masses them. So if the Vikings player can get through the early game, which is the part where he doesn't get fire galleys and his opponents do, it's smooth sailing from there, literally, because of those longboats. However, right, I think that Estamos GG are not going to compete for water at this point. You know, they're like, okay, we're out boomed on water, let's just leave it. We are going to go to land, and that's what I was expecting based on the Berbers pick. I didn't think that was going to be a long water play. Instead, I think the Berbers player wants to go to land here. As, ooh, Gray is dropping a castle. If Red and Yellow only knew, they could deny this. They could totally deny this. Oh, Gray, you are so lucky. You are so lucky right now. Oh, Yellow might spot it, though. He might spot it here. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Yellow now running right by the castle. Let's see what he does. Okay, Red coming in to snipe the villagers. Let's see how this is going to go. He can still maybe deny it. Is it 80% or no? Okay. Okay, they don't want to take the risk. They want to walk right in here. So, castle does go up for Gray. Very nice castle. Also cut off the reinforcements for Yellow and Red to a certain degree here. Update on Blue. Still trying to make his way into Orange's base. But that's not going to happen until Green comes in with some archers as well. Now, of course, this is a problem for the Bulgarian player, as in, well, that's a whole lot of camels, and camels will still kill, they will still kill your knights, as, Mangonel getting close in here, but Red microing away just in time, and Gray losing all his knights here. And this is the thing, right? This is the thing. Yellow and Purple, they are committing to go to land here right now. Something that Bloodseekers isn't doing. They were like, okay, let's win water, which they have. But now you have a lot of pop and investment on water. And as you can see, Teal doesn't have any archers to help here, so suddenly these camels, not an issue whatsoever. These camels do really well against the knights if there's no crossbows to kill them. And Gray's gonna lose his town center. Eventually. Right now Yellow's perfectly happy sniping the villagers. Hey, camels aren't good at raiding, but when they're not being opposed by enemy military, camels can kill villagers just as good as any other unit. Besides, these have very nice upgrades as well, so Gray is in a bad position here, very bad. It's going to come down to Teal coming back on land here to help him here as well. Has gotten a castle up, so at least he can make some units, maybe some archers here and there. But yeah, Blue now sending knights to the right side to help instead of the left side. Is allowing Orange a bit of time here to stabilize his economy. And that's the thing. As soon as Blue goes to the right, if Blue goes to the right to fight over here, Orange can come to land and do more damage. As Red finding out the hard way, that's a castle. Red is on the way to Imperial Age though, can start trapping down his opponent's buildings as well. Something that Gray will not be able to do. Gray is not going to be able to go to Imp anytime soon. He doesn't even have food to make villagers right now. He has literally zero food right now. As the villagers letting open the gate for some more camels here. So yeah. Happy Berbers players streaming in more units there. I mean, it's only a palisade gate, so it's not like... It's not going to stay up forever. Yeah, and Teal and Green, yeah, they have one water, but... You can't kill, right? You can't kill your opponent on land. It's just, that's impossible. They can still get a castle up, protect themselves. And winning water doesn't win you this map. It just doesn't. Because in the end, the war is won on land. And right now on land, Estamos GG are winning. Now this might still change, right? As soon as Green and Teal get their boom goings, get their military numbers up as well, you know, go to Imp, which is what Green is doing right now, you know, that might change right then. But so far, definite advantage for Estamos GG on land. And I know that the score says that it is an advantage here for Bloodseekers, but that's also because they've won water, so that definitely boosts your score. How are you doing, Schwander, man? Good to see you. And red. Oh my God, Red. I just said you had a great position. What are you doing? Oh my God. Gets the mangonel though, but oof, that was 8 some mangonel shots right there. That was rough to watch. I don't think Red's too happy about that one. Not sure what Gray's gonna... Yeah, Gray's kind of stuck in no man's land between these fortifications of his. But you know that trebuchets are about to come out, so I don't think Gray's gonna last all too long over here. You know, there's nowhere to run because Yellow and Red are cutting off his retreat. At least if they patrol all the way from left to right. Yeah, Gray's not in any position to help his team right now, so it's gonna come down to what Green and Blue can do on the left side, and if Teal can hold the right side. That's kind of it. Has a lot of castles there, is making some skirmishers, which is... It's not ideal, but, you know... This is concerning to me. Look, Green is sending his military here as well, so is Blue, which tells me they're not really pushing on the left. As we have Teutonic Knights. Let's go! Awesome. I didn't think you were going to get to see those, though. As the Spearmen are taking out a Scorpion. Spearman beating a Scorp. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Castle. The Krapos has gone down. Castles and other Krapos will go down in a second as well. As soon as Red rolls those trebuchets forward. So... This is a critical moment for Bloodseekers. They have to start pushing on either side here. They can't just sit back, because otherwise they're going to be 4v3 on land. And they might have won water, but in the end that doesn't really help you against... It doesn't really help you against, you know, defending on land, right? Now what it does do though is deny the shore region. So like all the resources on the shore not really accessible to Estamos GG right now. So there's that, right? Like there's a lot of gold like Yellow can't take right now because Teal is guarding the shore. Same thing over here with Red can't take that gold, which is important, but Well, I mean, they can just push right into Gray's territory and take his gold, right? Yep, see it right there. Red is like, okay, you deny my gold? Sure, I'll take your gold. And there he goes. As, ooh boy. Blue and green looking to take a fight here, but it's Camels and Arbalest versus Arbalest and just Knights. As green wants to drop a castle here, which I think red can see now. Okay, they see it, so they're going to take a fight here. Start sniping villagers, but yeah, green bringing in his Arbalest to maybe defend himself, or just abandon the castle position altogether. Losing a bit of stone there, but I don't think that's the biggest of disasters. Now, yellow is waiting for his upgrades. He's not clicked... he hasn't clicked Heavy Camel just yet, but he's getting the final armor upgrade, which I think is quite essential if you're going to fight Arbalest. So, yeah, Gray's being cleared out of the right side completely. So, as we have more Teutonic Knights waiting to make their way into Orange's base, but I don't think that blue quite knows that purple and orange, they are massing units right now. They're waiting for... I think orange probably waiting... He probably wants to go to Imp as well, just doesn't quite have the economy for that one, so that's going to take a while. But purple is on the way. And if purple makes it to Imp, at least they can make some siege, some good siege to start pushing back the Teuton castles on the left side. Because right now, like blue, these castles are holding this position, but if they're being attacked from both sides, right, that's gonna make things difficult. Because green and blue are keeping their armies on the right here, as we have berserks from teal. I mean, I gotta love Bloodseekers' commitment to making melee infantry units here. Gotta love it. I mean, they were recently buffed as well, so right? That might be forthcoming actually. I'm not sure if that buff has already landed or not. Yeah, 3 trebuchets though, it's really difficult to repair against that one, as Teal sent in the Berserker boys to try to take out the trebuchet, but the Arbalest from red are right there, and these Berserkers also lacking the final armor upgrade. A lot of them are going down already, and I think with this shot the castle will go down, even if the Berserkers get at least one of the trebs. Might even get the second one, but I doubt it. Nope, do not get the second one. Now, the position for red and yellow is such that they can hold what blue and green are making right now by themselves. They can hold this. This is fine. And that's a problem, because that means that there's nothing to oppose this army. It's a problem for Bloodseekers, of course. As there was a hole. See, this is what I mean. This woodland is so treacherous, man. There's always a hole. I mean, it doesn't matter at this point, because they just made a giant hole in the walls, but... I'm just telling you, like, these frickin' wood lines, they're so treacherous, you can never assume that it's closed. As, okay, here we go. Yellow kind of out of position here. Green and blue now trying to get the trebuchets. Blue is trying to focus them down, so red is sniping knights left and right here. Still castellates knight as well. They do get the trebuchets, but blue losing a lot of number here, and the Berber camel mass, that's heavy camels, and they're looking to fight this. Yes, blue might get a few villager kills, but yeah, yellow is making his way to the right, and he's going to kill all these knights. Even if they do make it to Imperial Age, heavy camels should still be able to deal with Cavalier, even if it's Teuton Cavalier with extra melee armor. 2, to be precise. Yeah, so far this side holds. And remember, that's 3 armies, 3 players' armies, and Gray is not really in a position to make a lot of army anyways. He's trying to reboom into the game. Trying to wall a little bit. I like that. You know, you fortify the right side. Limit the maneuverability from red and yellow. Now, the only comment that I could make on Estamos GG thing is strategy is the fact that they're waiting so long. Like, this army has been standing here for the longest time. You know, I think like purple, like buy a castle, start trapping this down, right? Like just something, start pushing, because you're allowing blue and green and teal to focus all their military on the right. Whereas if purple and orange start pushing as well, then they have to split up their forces, which makes both of their sides weaker, right? It's the old adage in military: don't split up your army. Unless you're a genius military commander, then you can split up your army. As red taking a few hits there. I mean, the skirmisher play is going to make it difficult for red to sit around with Arbalest, but he's going to go for some elite genitor here, which are mounted skirmishers basically. So how do you like that? Janitours trading against skirmishers. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Not to mention that's a large mass of purple camels there. And purple are also making some military on the right. Maybe thinking about pushing on the right as well. And how you doing, Nico? Good to see you. I kind of love the janitor play though. That's kind of funny to me. Well, you know, and the thing is, because purple and orange haven't been pushing on this side, it's allowing blue to take a lot of map control, a lot of resources that I don't think blue should be allowed to take here. Like this castle going up, why aren't we denying this, right? Like, you know that their armies are on this side. This is where it's at. So, yeah, that's a bit passive from purple and orange in my book. I would have liked to see some more aggression from that side, right? Because the more aggression that they put on blue, the less he can help on the right, right? So it's just a matter of like, I mean, I know that orange fell a bit behind. He is behind, right? He's only now going up the Imperial Age. But nevertheless, I think this game would, because of the position from Estamos GG on land, I think this game would be a lot shorter if purple and orange had started pushing earlier here, as yellow killing a bunch of conics as well that gray is making. I mean, why not? Conics are a sick unit anyway, so pretty good. Unfortunately for gray, still in castellates, cannot fight the Arbalest, that's for sure. As green's army is... oh, this is a critical moment. Blue trying to drop yet another Teuton castle over here. I'm not sure if that's going to go up, though. I think maybe that can be denied, maybe not. I think red right now, if he splits up at forces here, actually, like have these Arbalests kill the villagers and you kill the army there. That could be good. Let's see. It's only halfway. That can never go up. That's never going to go up, right? No, no way. There's no way that that's going to go up. That's going to go down. Green's army is about to go down here as well. And then more and more military streaming in. I like the light cav addition from the bird player as well. That's a good addition against the skirmishers that Teal is making. I mean, for now, right? Bloodseekers, they're holding on the right side, but for how long? Like, they're not pushing on either side as well. Like, and now purple finally starts to go into action here, coming in with the heavy camel riders into the left. And look, like, so little has happened on this side that blue felt that it was safe enough to farm right there. Something which the camels can easily deny right now, so... And if orange makes it to imp as well, can come in with some Arbalest of his own on the right, then maybe it, yeah, now we're getting some pressure on the left side. That's good. You know, on the right side, Bloodseekers is like, they're holding, right, but they're not pushing on the right side. And if orange and purple start pushing the left, I think that this game is going to go to Estamos GG. I mean, that's, yeah, the score has finally switched as well. You know, for the longest time, it was still in the favor of Bloodseekers, but that is because of a lot of population on water here. Like, Teal has a lot of pop on water right now that is not really helping him on land. And that is, in the end, where the fight has to be won. As it's basically full trash now with the odd berserk here and there from Bloodseekers. I mean, gotta love the Halberdier play. It's definitely going to help against the heavy camels, that's for sure. That I do like, but... Now, think about this for a second. You're up against Japanese. If you go Halberdiers, they will go champion on you. And Japanese champion are scary. Very scary. They attack faster. Faster than any other infantry civ in the game. So, yeah, don't... And not to mention, orange, of course, still has Arbalest, can easily snipe these Halberdiers anyways. But yeah, if orange were to add in his own Halberdiers... Japanese Halberdiers own every other Halberdier civ, so slowly but surely Estamos GG are inching their way forward closer to the heart of Bloodseekers base, and the question is, how long can Bloodseekers hold this up? You know, the vill counts are quite even. 144 villages from blue. That might actually be an overboom at this point. He can't really make a whole lot of Halberdiers right now, as he's getting Paladin as well. Oh my god, Paladin. But yeah, blue is going to lose this forward position. The Halberdiers are just going to go down. On the right side, this Arbalest ball for red is still alive. The camels are in the wood line everywhere. Villagers are just dying all around. And I just do not think that Bloodseekers are going to be able to hold up this defense for a long time. they're just being like strangled from both sides, basically. You know, like the walls are closing, and the amount of breathing space that the Bloodseekers have here is getting more limited by the minute. And they might have won water, but in the end, that's not going to save him here, because the fight needs to be won on land. Now, if you really want to be kind of mean about it, you could just turtle up on an island, right, and make navy and never allow Estamos GG to go to water. But that's that would be a bit against the spirit of this map, honestly. As Yellow should be fighting here. Yellow. I don't think he noticed that, because that's a lot of Arbalests going down to skirmishers right now, so that's not ideal. But yeah, if I set the vill counts were even, they are not even right now. They're dropping fast here for Bloodseekers, who are now being pushed from both sides. Yeah, the Halberdiers can't kill these Arbalests, no matter how many you make, no matter how much melee armor they have. It doesn't matter. They actually don't have that much armor upgrades to begin with. That also doesn't help, by the way. Ooh, Condottiero rates though. Ooh, interesting. This is actually pretty good from Gray there. Has an Italian ally, so is sending in some Condottiero in Red's base. And I don't think Red noticed that until just recently. Lots of villagers on the farms that did go down there. So that's good. You know, that's the kind of stuff that you should be doing, right, to get back into this game. It's just that you might be a little bit far gone here. I mean, Bloodseeker's not calling it, so I'm not gonna. Oh, just as I say that, right there, they're calling it now. Man, I just wanted to say I'm not gonna call it because I don't want to get ahead of myself. But now I got ahead of myself by saying that I wasn't gonna call it, because there we go. It's GG. Well played by both teams. This is a really good game. GG. Second game goes to Estamos GG, and we have ourselves a tight series. That's perfect. That's great. Fantastic. Alrighty. Move. Well, what to think about this map, right? Like, for one, right, Estamos GG knew what they wanted to do on this map, and they executed, right? So that's good. I'm not saying that the execution was like perfect in every way, but it was really good, and definitely good enough to get him to win here. So congratulations on that. And also, given the civilization picks, right? I was pretty sure that Bloodseekers was going to win water. Italians and Vikings versus Berbers and Byzantines. Yeah, I would have been surprised if Estamos GG had won water here. But in the end, winning water wasn't really their goal. What they wanted to do, they wanted to get some early fish to get a lead on land. They wall up, fish, get the castle rate, boom a little bit, and then push on land with 4 players together, instead of trying to win water and then join later. So purple and yellow went to land very early. Especially yellow went to land very early and mid-military, as I expected, because he was Berbers. I didn't think he was going to go for water too long. And that ended up working out really well. Gray was overwhelmed by that. Castile was busy winning water, had a lot of population on water, wasn't really helping on land. And as a result, Gray got kind of smushed by that at the start. Now, they held on admirably, by the way. Like, it took way longer than I thought it could have been in the situation that they were. I think the largest reason for that was that purple and orange just weren't putting any pressure on blue whatsoever on this side, right? They allowed blue to take a lot of map control here, and I think at least raid a little bit. If you see a castle go up, try to deny it, especially if you know that where blue's army is, which they did know, because blue's army was right here on the right for the longest time. So I think that would be a bit of an improvement, right? Like, if you manage to knock out one player on the right, and red and yellow are putting in the pressure, and then Bloodseekers have to basically send all their military to the right to defend. If you then come from the left, it's hammer and anvil, right? Your opponent, your other teammates make an anvil, and you're the hammer, and you strike your opponent right in between. It works in real life. It works in Age of Empires as well. There's a reason why it works in Age of Empires, because it's pretty realistic at that, really. Alrighty. Let's have a look at the statistics here. And 502 kills there for red. Really nice with the Arbalest play. Got a lot of kills, that's for sure. Same thing for yellow. This time they were definitely the ones killing a lot of units here. Very good. Yeah, KD is also positive for purple and orange. So yeah, just basically every fight that Estamos GG took in the end on land, KD was positive for them. So and that's why I said for the longest time, even though Estamos GG didn't have the score lead, I still said they were ahead because on land they were, as you can very well see. Nice boom here for the Teuton player, though. He had a lot of villagers as well, so that's good. I like the slaying going along here, you know, to make sure that Teal and Gray can maybe get back into the game and make some units there. So that's good. Yeah, but good economy all around. Yeah, 56 villagers for orange is a bit on the low side. You know, he might have been able to boom a little bit more here, especially with the time he had. So we'll see. Yellow, considering that he only had 88 villagers, that's a lot of military on the field. So that's pretty impressive right there. Like the amount of military he was spamming was more. It sounds more like you would have like this amount of villagers. But I guess that's Berbers for you. Cheaper cavalry. Oh yeah. And also this. Look at this. If you look at population, right? Even with Gray being behind, Estamos GG was still behind in population. And I know that's also water, but that's also vil count. But the aggression from Estamos GG made sure that economy from Bloodseekers never translated itself into a military push. And that's what won them the game. And that's why it's 1-1. And we will now go to the first home map for Bloodseekers, which will be Ciudad Fantasma. And actually, that's not surprising to me. I can see why they went for that map. So let's go. And perfect. Alrighty, welcome to the third game between Estamos GG and Bloodseekers. It is 1-1. We have ourselves an even set here today. I mean, honestly, hasn't every set since the semifinals been dead even? It's every team is so good, you know? Like, it's just... It's so difficult to get a smash victory now because, well, the skill level is so high. You really have to bring your A game, to be successful here. So let's introduce the players of the team whose home map this is. In the blue, we have Camilo playing as the Koreans. Interesting. In the green, we have Panzer94 playing as the Persians. I like that. In the teal, we have Davide Spin playing as the Magyars. I like that as well. In the gray, we have Isis Ragnar playing as the Vietnamese. In the orange, we have Iron Cherry playing as the Britons. Ooh, save that sip for this map, have we? Very nice. In the purple, we have Pioco playing as the Huns. In the yellow, we have Fabricio playing as the Persians as well. We got a Persians mirror then. And then in the red, we have Aztecs for El Cochinote. Interesting. Very interesting stuff. Alrighty, that's so far for the Civ picks. Okay, well, so you might ask, why is red going to this wood line instead of, you know, the wood line right next to his, closer to his DC? The answer for that is very simple. It's because this is Ciudad Fantasma. And red, of course, will know what this map is about. Because this far into the tournament, I can't imagine that the teams haven't at least looked at every single map. Now, for Ciudad Fantasma, it's very closely related to Patagonia, as you can probably already tell. But, as you can also see, there's this nice ring of wood in the corner protecting two relics in each corner, as you can see, and a Praetoria. There's one over here as well, one over here, and of course, one down here. So if you want that, you have to cut through, and red is Aztecs, right? Aztecs get 33% more gold per relic. So he really wants to break into this wood line. Which is why he's already chopping right now. You know, you can't get started early enough. And to be honest, the earlier you can get a hold of that Praetoria, the better it is for your economy. Like late game, the Praetoria doesn't add that much. But imagine having this Praetoria in Dark Age. That is insanely strong. Insanely strong. That's why on Aftermath, controlling those, you know, that map that's in the map was added to the DE lately, the map where you have to control the trade workshops. That's why it's so important to control those. It's pretty OP right there. Now you'll probably also you know, notice that giant square, that grid in the middle, and you were asking, Tim, dude, why aren't you talking about you know, the giant grid in the middle? Well, let me stop you right there. I got you. I got you covered. This, of course, is the titular Ciudad Fantasma, or the Ghost City. And yes, there are actual ghosts in there. See, he's shrouded in white, and I mean, I don't know why he's holding a club, because he's a ghost. He can't interact with the physical world, but he will sure try. That's just a little bit of atmospheric. What's the word that I want to use here? I have the word in Dutch, but you know what? I'm sure that other people that have that as well, that are bilingual, right? Like when you're trying to say something in one language, but right at that point you just can't get out of your words, but you can't say it in your other language. And then of course you have it vice versa as well. I have that all the time, where it's like I don't know how to say it in English, but I do know how to say it in Dutch, and in the reverse, which is just fantastic. Fantastic. I don't think most of you are going to understand Dutch, though, so... now, of course, in the end, Ciudad Fantasma has 4 squares of gold, with gold in it, I mean, that spawn randomly across this grid, so you never know exactly where it's going to spawn. But yeah, that might be nice for a late-game expansion for some extra gold. And that's it. As you can see, Ciudad Fantasma is very similar to Patagonia. The biggest difference really to me is the fact that there's no hills. It's completely flat, except at the end. Like there's a little hill in the corner, but that's it. It's completely flat. There's no elevation here, so there's no reason to pick the Taurus, for example. As Blue has Loom on his villagers, so he's happily taking the fight here. But yeah. So far for the map. Now, this is also why I think that Bloodseekers went for Ciudad Fantasma, because it is like Patagonia. It is a map that I could imagine a team that prefers meta maps, say your normal standard Arabia team game. If they feel like they're can perform strongly on that map, they might prefer a map like this, which is why Bloodseekers, who performed very well in the first game, probably thought about going for this map. I like the coordination here between the scouts, Teal and Grey, trying to keep open this wall. And it also looks like, I think Orange actually lost a villager. He must have lost a villager there. We can actually check. Let's see. Orange, yep, lost a villager, and that might also have been Grey. Okay, so what I think happened is Orange was walling with a villager. The bear attacked the villager, and then Grey came in and killed the vill. Right? Before the villager could kill the bear. So I'm not sure if the villager had Loom or not. But that's good stuff by Grey. Trying to keep this wall open as good as they can. But yeah, Purple and Orange, of course, coordinating their scout maneuvers as well to keep this away. Oh, but this is dangerous though. This is very dangerous. Orange needs to quick wall this right now, because that is a Magyar scout. Yeah, very important. There's still a hole right there. Okay, good. Good. That's a Magyar scout, and why I'm a little concerned is because that scout has 5+1 attack. That scout can definitely kill villagers with Loom. Can kill scouts even, because they're stronger. This is why Magyars are such an OP aggression civ, right? Because they can use those power spikes at the start of every age, where they have more attack on their melee units, and get an advantage that way. Never underestimate a Magyar scout, that's for sure. Alrighty. Well. Just waiting for the Britain's player here to get his archer range up. As soon as those are up, they will start pumping out archers. Britain archer ranges work faster, and as a result, it's so difficult to keep up with Britons. This is why they are seen as one of the best archer civs. It's not just the extra range, it's the fact that they're consistently able to outproduce you with archers, right? Which is why a lot of teams ban the civ. So Bloodseekers decided not to do that, and as a result, Estamos GG got the big Britain. So we'll see how that's going to end up on their side then. Yeah, it's Huns versus Magyars. I mean, Huns have faster producing stables as well. So not only do the archer ranges work faster for the team, the stables work faster as well. So it's going to be all about production for Estamos GG here. If you're going to combine Huns and Britons, that's what that tells me. Gonna be a challenge for Magyars and for what's on the other side. Grey is Vietnamese. Yeah, Magyars Vietnamese. You'd say you'd slightly favor Huns and Britons in that matchup, right? But we'll see. We'll see. Orange is not walled in the back yet, but Teal doesn't know that, so he probably assumes that Orange is walled, so he wants to break through the walls here, and Orange is repairing the walls for now, which works for now, but as soon as Gray comes in with archers at that point, that will be denied. And the thing with Orange is, as well is that I wish that instead of repairing the walls, he would just house wall this, because his gold is right there. Teal knows this. So when Gray sends his forward his archers, where do you think they're going to go? They're going to go right here. They're going to go right here to try to kill, get through this wall and kill these villagers on the gold. So, yeah, I would just house wall that. Just to make sure that archers and scouts can't break through. They'd have to go up here, which allows you to stop them at the TC, right? And your gold will stay safe. Yeah, exactly. That's good. That's good. Orange is doing it now, but the problem is it too late? Because here comes Gray. No fletching on these archers just yet, but... well, and now you have a problem. Now you have a problem because now you can't wall behind this. Yeah, now Orange it has to abandon his gold. And that is a huge problem actually, because guess what? Orange's golds are all forward. See, this is why I usually talk about gold spots for the flank players in Patagonia, because stuff like this happens. And now Orange, main gold is forward, secondary gold forward, and the last gold that was secure right there, which means that he cannot make any more archers right now. There you go. No production. There's no point in having faster producing ranges if you can't produce archers, right? And Teal has Magyar Scouts, something that... okay, the unplayer did get upgrades. That's good. That's good to expect that you're up against Magyar Scouts, that you need upgrades. But in the end, Teal, more scouts here. Way more scouts. It's going to kill the archers from Orange, and oh, what a disaster for the Britons player. What a disaster. He's completely off of gold. He can't make anything right now. He can only make skirmishers at best. He's going to drop a market to try to sell some resources to make archers, but he is getting punished right now for not house walling this. This is yeah, punishment for that. What's going on the other side? Not too much. I think Blue, seeing how well it's going on the other side, is like, okay, let's just secure myself extra here with Koreans. I'm gonna turtle with Koreans. That's classic strategy here, right? Make sure that the advantage that my teammates gain on the other side isn't squandered by me losing an advantage. As, oh, Orange. Oh, so many villagers could die here. Magyar scouts kill villagers so fast. So fast. Orange must be hating life right now. Okay, this I do like. This I do like a lot. So Orange not making that mistake that was made in the first game is going to go out to the other gold. Has towered it as well. I would still wall around this because towers don't really stop Magyar scouts from killing you. But yeah, that's good. That's good. That's more villagers dying to the archers here. Yeah, the Britain player is in a bad spot right now. A absolutely terrible spot. And as a result of that, Purple is also like... Purple has been producing more scouts than is good for him too. As has a lot of vill either time. It must have been, because 31 villages is not a lot of vills. As Orange is forced to fight with villagers as well. This is why I said towers don't protect you against Magyar scouts. They really don't. As Orange is forced to fight with vills, but these scouts have... well, they have armor at least. Do they have bloodlines? They do not have bloodlines. But imagine if they did have bloodlines. That would have been disaster. If it is not already disaster. Oh my god, Orange. Poor Orange. Down to how many villagers? He's still only on 30 villagers. That's crazy to me. He still has 30 villagers live. He lost so many here. That's it. That really tells you a lot about Purple's vill count. He must have had a lot of idle time then. He's also going up to castle age as well. So going on the other side. Looks like blue and green are pushing out here. Red also didn't house wall the walls here. So I think Korean player will be able to break through here in due time. But red has a save gold, right? Has a save gold and can, as a result, keep making archers here. But is losing some villagers and some archers here as well. So yeah, it's just, like I said, Bloodseekers seem like the stronger team on Arabia-like maps. On maps where there is not a lot of gimmicks, where it's really just the normal standard archer cavalry meta. It seems like Bloodseekers is consistently a bit stronger than Estamos GG, especially the early game, which is when they get an advantage and then snowball that. So, again, this is why I'm not surprised that they've gone for Ciudad Fantasma with that in mind. As gray is still killing some villagers over here. Yeah, orange is, and that's also the thing, right? Like gray is almost up to castle age. Orange is not gonna get up anytime soon here. And am I saying that? No, I'm actually saying that that's justified to be said this time around. 12 food. That's a problem. Because that means that red and yellow need to be the one to push here. Red and yellow need to be the one to push blue, and that's not going to happen anytime soon either, because it's blue who has the nice forward position here on red. And blue actually bringing some villagers forward. I wonder if that's a tower. A tower that's not going to do much, because that's a stone wall. So, and that's already towered as well. So I don't think that this tower is necessarily going to help you that much. Yeah, if green walks in, he might see the stone wall and then no. Well, they should already be able to see the stone wall because the tower is firing. You get a little bit of line of sight from the tower. So, which category is this? This is category C. Yeah. Today we're doing CBA. Get it? Castle Blood automatic? Nah. We're not actually doing CBA today. We're doing category CBA. Well, yeah, blue gets the tower up. Again, like I said, this tower doesn't do too much, so... Ooh, but interesting. Red coming in from behind and sniping the archers from blue before he's up the way to castle age. Huge mistake for blue to stick around here while you know your opponent is in castle age. That's a very big mistake. And he's not going to be able to run around here now. The scouts are not going to be able to save these archers. This is the kind of swing that Estamos GG badly needed. Badly needed. And so yeah, yellow's taking care of the other archers. This is a disaster for blue. Just as he's going up the next stage, losing his entire mass like that. That's good. Now, gray and teal, of course, they do have the advantage here. Now, yeah, purple didn't get hit as much as orange, that's for sure. But has to bring his Vil count up as well. The problem is that purple probably thinks we need to make a lot of military right now. So yeah, purple is not adding town centers. Also... still busy cutting through the wood lining as well. How far is red with that? That's why he towered that. That's why he didn't relocate it. Oh, no, look. Red, this is his first lumber camp. He tried to get through the wood line, but because of all the aggression from blue, he's had to relocate. And now he has to chop his way again through the middle. So they basically denied blue from getting through to the other side. That's kind of funny, actually. That's kind of funny. What's less funny, of course, is the situation for orange right now. It's, as you would say in Dutch, belabberd. Terrible, basically. I can't translate that word. Just take it at face value for me. And the worst part is that Britain's is such a strong flank civ, and it's just not able to shine right now, because he didn't house wall. That's literally the only explanation here for Iron Jury. I mean, it sucks, right, when something that small can have that much of an impact. But really, because he didn't house wall that, there was a way to get through here, because it was just a palisade wall. It was pushed off a gold, couldn't make any Britain archers, and now you can't defend yourself. You're not up to the next stage. It's a snowball, a classic snowball. And orange right now will do the best he can to keep this pressure out as long as he can. But he's going to have to rely on red and yellow to make the magic happen here. It's going to come down to yellow and red here. If they can't push the Korean player, then we're in trouble. And, well, this is what Koreans do best, right? Turtle. You turtle, you keep yourself as safe as you can. Already has a defensive siege workshop. Look, this really tells me what blue and green were up to here. They're like, okay, we have a great advantage on the other side. Let's not squander that. We're just going to defend, which is why blue built this at home, not forward, right? Because that is a risk. If you lose your army again, which blue almost did, right? Then it's bad. But now, yeah, purple will have to defend himself by himself against this army, and it's just, it just starts to look like it's going to turn out like the first game, and then indeed we're getting close to a moment that it might look GG again. It's just that early aggression from Bloodseekers was just really good. Recognizing, okay, golds are outside of his walls. That's the only gold he can take. Let's pressure that and make sure he cannot make archers. And that is, in so many team games, has this turned out the way it has, right? Where, oh, as we have a fight on the other side, and red losing all his archers. Oh my god, if it couldn't get worse. As if it couldn't get worse. Oh, that's disaster. Absolute disaster here. Yeah, that's not looking too good. Now you're being pushed on both sides. Purple is going to die to this pressure sooner rather than later. I mean, there's not much he can do. And yeah, the GG is called. Red realizes, okay, I lost my master. There's absolutely nothing that we can do on this side anymore. Without that army, I can't defend myself or push anything. And it's just, again, really well played by Bloodseekers. Definitely proving that when it comes to meta archer cavalry play, they are the stronger team in this matchup. And that's just fair to say. They've proved in 2 sets here and there. So, honestly, yeah, really well played. And I also like the game awareness from blue and green to stay a bit more cautious. Yeah, they did go forward and try to do damage to red. They even had a suspect tower. Even blue lost a bunch of army as well. Even almost giving red a way in to push. But I like still the recognition to double wall, get a siege workshop up at home to defend yourself instead of trying to go forward as well. Recognizing that gray and teal were going to do the trick this game. They were just going to push right in and kill all of this. So, yeah, GG. Let me update the scoreboard once more, which is 2-1. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Woof. Yeah, but that would be my analysis. I mean, it's just... I know it sucks when like a loss on a map comes back to something as so small as not house walling, but in this case, because those house walls weren't there at the start, allowing teal and gray to get into your only gold, that was just a mistake. I think that's a bit on orange to not recognize that, okay, that gold is outside, this gold is outside. The way I have walled doesn't save these gold, so I only have 1 gold accessible to me. I have to fortify this right now. I'm pretty sure teal and gray, they already knew they had to strike here. Like, their scouts were here from the beginning. They knew exactly where they were going, right? So, yeah, just well played. Let's have a look, a quick look at the statistics. This was not the longest game, but yeah, the KDs of course should be positive all around for Bloodseekers. The fights they were taking were much better than they were for Estamos GG. Even at the end, blue killing the entire army for red. That was definitely the straw that broke the camel's back. That for sure. Yeah, this game didn't go on long enough that the economic differences really came in clear. But you could see, right, that purple felt the need to make military, so fell behind in the boom, right, by villages. Only 39. That's not enough to consistently spam knights. So yeah. Yeah, yellow was keeping up though, but teal far ahead. Yeah, teal he knew he could boom because he was not going to get hit on his own base. They were pushing. Yeah. Yeah, right there. This is when all hope was lost. GG. Well, that means we will now go to the final home map for Estamos GG, and if they're going to do it on any map, they have to win on this map, because if they do not, then Bloodseekers will win this set and become the third. Will reach the 3rd place of Virgo Cup Category C. So. The stakes are really high for this one, alright? The stakes are as high as they could possibly get for these 2 teams. So without further ado, let's get into the 4th map, which will be Iceburn. Alright. And yeah, I told you, I knew it. I knew exactly what ship they were gonna go for. I knew it. Called it. Oh my god. Well, welcome to the 4th game here. Between Estamos GG on the left and Bloodseekers on the right of the map. And yeah, let's just introduce the players first, and then we'll talk about Iceburn as a map. In the red, we have El Cochinote playing as the Portuguese. In the yellow, we have Fabricio playing as the Teutons. Interesting pick. In the purple, we have Iron Cherry playing as the Poles. Oh, interesting pick. But no one is, well, at least I am not surprised by the pick that Pyoko in the orange has gone for. He has picked Goth, because of course he has. Oh man, that's just fantastic. I knew it. I saw Goth in the draft and I was like, that's gotta be for Iceburn. Has to be for Iceburn. Well, we will talk all about that in just a second here, because there is a reason. There's a good reason, actually, to pick goths, as you will see. In the blue, we have Camilo playing as the Bohemians. All right. In the green, we have David Espin playing as the Slavs. I like that. In the teal, we have Hans for Panzer 94, and I like that as well. That's good. And then last but not least, we have Humans Isis Ragnar, and that is a dangerous pick here as well. So, well, let's talk a bit about Iceburn. As she probably will. Well, for those who haven't seen the map yet, and whoever is watching this on YouTube later, because I will upload these, of course, let me explain the basics of Iceburn. Now, you already noticed that all the players start in a line. It is definitely the wackiest map of the tournament, probably so. All the wood of the map is also in between the players, which means that you will run out of wood sooner rather than later. Actually, it is Estamos GG who once played a set, I think I'm not sure against who that was, where the wood actually almost ran out, and they won the game because they controlled the wood in the middle. Even though the opposing team had the better position, but they didn't have wood. They didn't have wood. They had gold, but they had no wood. And in the end, if you have no wood, then you still can't do anything. Just think about it. Pretty much, like half the military units you can make require wood. Especially if you want to make trash. So, well, but that's wood. As for mineral resources like stone and gold, you have a lot of them sprinkled here and there next to the bases for the teammates. And also, if you go further out to the north and the south, where they're just kind of strung out across the map. And it looks like if you draw an imaginary line, like a symmetry line through the middle of the map, you can see that more gold is actually on the left side here for Estamos GG. And I'm just not sure if that is a kind of a scripting bug where it happens that a lot of gold spawns on the left side of the map, it seems, or even more insidious, that the person whose home map this is gets more gold. It has happened a lot that the person who picked this map as the home map actually gets all the golds on their side. So who knows? Maybe that's a hidden feature. In any case, players start with some goats that they need to scout. There's 2 berry bushes per player as well, but if you want extra food because you have no boars, you will have to go out to the sides, which you probably already noticed on the mini-map. That is where there's a lot of shorefish. There's 6 patches on the map, as you can see, with the ones in the middle being twice as big as the ones on the side, because in the middle you might actually have to fight over this with your opponent. Depending on who has the guts to go to the middle, of course. Not every team does. Like, some teams are perfectly happy to just take the limited amount of food on the left and the right and keep themselves safe. Like, for example, red here going to the side here as well. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. It depends on your strategy. Because if you're going to go to the middle, you'll probably have to make some military and feudal aids to protect yourself or attack your opponent. So it's strategy-wise. And speaking of strategy, let's talk about that, shall we? Because Iceburn, because it's not like Patagonia, it's not going to be about cavalry archer meta. Yeah, I mean, you should still make a balance of units here and there anyways, but it's not like every player has a set role in what kind of a military unit they can make. Instead, it's all about what your position is relative to the middle. The closer you are to the middle, the more likely that your opponent is gonna have to run right past your base in order to attack, which means that all the pressure comes in at your base as well. Which is why blue and red are what I like to call living punching bags. They literally have to basically take some punches for the team and allow the people in the back to boom and get to better economy. So the further back you are, the safer in theory you are. I'm saying theory because in practice it sometimes differs. Now, this means that if you're red and blue, you shouldn't expect to be able to boom. Right? You shouldn't expect that you're going to be able to get a nice boom going. You'll probably get hit early on. So it's better to be able to defend yourself with little economy. And some civilizations are particularly good at that. Like Teutons would be a good civ for that. Bulgarians are pretty good there with Krapos. Koreans are good, but I think both teams already picked that civ. And Byzantines would be good as well, which I know that Estamos GG does not have available. I'm not sure about Bloodseekers. But yeah, those are good civs to put for red and yellow. Red and blue, I mean. As for yellow, purple, green, and teal, they can boom to varying degrees. Like, for example, purple could go fast castle and just boom a little bit, and then join with knights as well. Polish knights especially. Like, I'm expecting a lot of Castellate's aggression here from purple. That is when Poles really shine, so we'll see how that's going to go. He's already on stone, so that's, yeah, this is probably going to be an attempt to go fast castle into some Schlachta privileges knights, which make your knights cost 30 gold. Oh yeah. It is as good as it sounds, man. I love spamming knights with Poles. It's so much fun. Who has heard of 5 stable knights in Castle, early Castle Age? Only Poles. Only with Poles. But yeah, that leaves the players in the corner. And there's, well, it's gray and orange. Now, gray and orange have a unique opportunity, which is they can go for a naked boom. And a naked boom really means, it doesn't mean that they are sitting at home without clothes. No, no, no. They are wearing, well, okay, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I do not know if any of these players are wearing clothes. You know, COVID and all, everyone's at home, so we don't know. But what a naked boom signifies is that they are not going to make any military while they boom. Which means you can invest all your resources in adding villagers and get up as fast as you can. It's because you're all the way in the corner. You can wall like Orange has done, and it's almost impossible, right? It's almost impossible to punish that. I've seen teams try. I've actually seen instances in which, you know, the 3 former teammates were pushed back all the way to the corner, but because the person in the corner could boom and get to Imperial Age and spam Imperial Age army first, well, the entire fight swung in their favor, and oh boy, this is a thing as well. If you're gonna go out to the fish, it is a risk, and there were no spearmen here whatsoever. Kind of an oversight here for Estamos GG, and Bloodseekers looking to get an early advantage here, pushing off yellow off the fish here already, as well as red, and that is really good. Ooh, yep, green wants that villager. He wants the vill. He wants the vill. Is he gonna get it? Is he gonna get it? Boop. There he goes. Gets the villager. Very nice. Now that's yeah, great. Yeah, yellow and red will have to add some spearmen here to defend themselves. That's for sure. Some nice early advantages there for green. But yeah, in any case, this is why, just to wrap up my talk about the strategy, right? This is why I like picking Goths in this map. It's because the problem with Goths has always been, how do you go for a boom, right? To get to your Imperial Age infantry spam. Like, how do you do that in a normal map where you're under attack and you have to defend yourself and you don't have an eco bonus, so you fall behind? It's really difficult. On a map like this, though, not really. It's pretty easy because you don't have to defend yourself. You can just go straight to Imp and start spamming military. It's the simplest game plan ever. The only thing that might worry me a little bit is that Bloodseekers here have gone for Cumans. Now, when I think Cumans versus Goths late game, Goths with their spam should be able to deal with Cumans as well. Like, Kipchak might kill Huskarls to a certain degree because of the way that they fire arrows, but yeah, for the rest, I mean, Halberdier Huskarl should still be a problem for Cumans. But Cumans can add a second town center, something that Grey has done. If you look at the Vil counts there, Orange on 32 and Gray is already at 36, so he's going to start to get ahead of Orange pretty quickly here. You know, and as Orange is going up to the Castle Age as well, Gray will be able to make villagers while he goes up to Castle Age. So expect Gray's Vil count to be much higher than Orange, right? For one, and Orange also not up to Castle Age yet. I'm not sure what's up with the macro here. He doesn't seem to have quite enough food. At this point, what you need to do is drop a market as soon as you can and buy some food and get up. Okay, has the market, very good. Buy some food, go up, click up to the next stage. So you want to catch up with the Cuman player as fast as you can. Yeah, because now they even see that second town center, so they should know that Gray will get ahead in Vil count here. Ooh, the defense from yellow pretty solid there. Gets a bunch of scouts there for green, so I think that is about as much aggression that is going to work on this fish, but. Honestly, probably worked out for the best. Especially if you look at the score there for red, it's quite low. Doesn't quite have... Actually, it doesn't have gold. Interesting, that's some idle villages there. Could go up to the gas station, doesn't have the gold to do it though. So he's actually getting the gold mining upgrade right now. So As green snipes a villager in yellow's base, which I'm not actually sure how they got in, unless there's a hole right there. Okay. What's going on the other side? Ooh, disaster for the Poles player. He was still taking fish on the other side here, but Teal, spamming a lot of scouts, has killed all these villagers. And, oh, don't worry, don't worry. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. There's a restore, so there's not the, it's, not to worry about it. Let me get the right file. And we can get started. I wasn't exactly sure when it was going to happen, but I knew that it was going to happen. So, not to worry, not to worry. Let's get the restore, and boom, we're ready. There, like we were never gone. But yeah, Purple losing a bunch of villagers there, you know, which kind of sucks, because Purple didn't have that many farms, and worse still, he was farming around the full walk, which with Poles, you kind of want to. Yeah, thanks DE, indeed. You kind of want to farm around the full walk, because it gives you a little farming bonus. You get 10% of the farm up front when you build it, which does speed up the farming rate. It's just that it's very unsafe. And as you can see, when there is almost 10 scouts running around your base, yeah, Purple right now pushed off a fish, pushed off a food. This is not good. This is not looking too good for the Poles player right now. He doesn't quite have the food to keep his town centers rolling, and worse still, doesn't have the food to make use of his early castle age. Because he can't make knights right now. Oh, there was an over chop in the berries, and yellow is losing villagers by the dozens. Bloodseekers putting a lot of pressure on Estamos GG right now, and I'm just not seeing a lot of military response yet from Estamos GG beyond just defending. And the defender always loses, as I like to say, is because they do in the long run. There is literally not a single way to win with defending alone. At some point, you have to go aggressive. But as I said last time, unless you bore your opponent to death and they resign because they get bored, in that case you do win by just defending, but well, that's kind of cheating, isn't it? That's a technicality. It's not. As far as I'm concerned, as long as you're just defending, you can never win a game. You have to go aggressive at some point. Now, you can, of course, defend successfully and then turn that into an attack, but you still have to attack. So we'll have to see what Estamos GG is going to go for here, because right now, Bloodseekers are ramping up the pressure. Yeah, it looks like Red wanted to get up another archery range, but that is denied for now by Blue, who already has a bunch of crossbows out. Bohemian crossbows, which have absolutely no upgrades whatsoever. Gotta love that. Oh, Blue, you're funny. You're very funny, Blue. Red is about to lose some villagers on the gold if he does not repair the palisade wall. Red, oh god. Ay. Yeah, there's no way to kill these scouts. They have upgrades, they have armor. They don't have bloodlines just yet, but that's a technicality. Red tried to drop a watchtower to defend himself here, but that is not going to go up. Yeah, that's not going to go up, as Red now abandons that as well, which is a problem because his gold is exposed. That watchtower should go up right now, right there. Ay. Red has indeed lost all his villages on the gold, so Estamos GG are just under pressure from every side right now. I'm just... like, that's the thing, right? Like, I always expect that when you... I always expect that when you pick a home map that you have a definitive strategy, right, that you want to go for. And picking Goths was part of that strategy. But the thing is, what do the other three players do? Like, what are we going to do with Portuguese, Teutons, and Poles, right? With Poles, I expect a lot of knight spam in the castle age. The castle is going to go up right now, but is it actually going to go up? Because Blue is right there, and he's like, that's nice that you want a castle. That's very nice. That's not going to go up. It's just everything that could go wrong for Estamos GG right now is going wrong. It's hard to watch, really. It's just, you can see what they wanted to do. It's just not working out at all right now. Like, they wanted to take some time to maybe go for a bit of a boom, to maybe allow Orange to outboom the opponent, and then as soon as Orange gets the Imperial Age, push back every pressure. All the pressure of your opponent, but Bloodseekers are not joking around here. They're like, okay, if you're going to sit back behind your walls, we are going to kill you. And Purple will have to abandon that castle because that is not going to go up. Now, Orange is at 62 villagers already, has a castle up defensively, so he's fine. Grey has 69 villagers, though. is on four town centers. My god, Gray's gonna go for an ultra boom right here. That's the thing as well. Like, Orange joining the fray in a second here with a Goth spam in, like, say 10 minutes could immediately push all this pressure right back to the middle. But that also leaves Gray open to join the fray with his unit. And I'm pretty sure that I know what unit Gray is going to go for. I am pretty sure that I know exactly what Gray wants to make. He wants to make Paladins. And I can also tell you where those Paladins are probably going to go. I saw a game where a Teuton player was Gray. Just got a nice army of Paladins, casually massed them on the side, and went all the way around to the top of the map, right into Orange's base, and just destroyed everything. And what might just happen here then, as Nightbot is spamming, ban Nightbot, someone. What might just happen here then is that Orange, because his team is under so much pressure, as soon as he hits Imp, it's going to send military forward, and that might leave an opening for Gray to get into Orange's base and wreck his economy. And at that point, it would definitely be GG. That's just a prediction. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that looks an awful lot like another game I've seen on Iceburn. So that's what. But let's not underestimate the Goths here. Like, I mean, like, the Goth spam is dangerous. There's a reason why it's rightly feared. But the thing is, will it be in time to save your team here? He got you a new follow, though. Oh, did he now? Did he now? Awesome. Well, thank you, Nightbot, for spreading the word so nicely, even though I told him to. But yeah, I figured, you know, like, yeah, that's if you want to know what kind of shenanigans I'm up to, I always announce my streams on Twitter, so, you know, if you want to follow it there. Here and there I meme a little bit. I'm not the most active Twitter user ever, but, oh boy. Oh, yellow. Oh no, so many villagers that could go down, and that hole is still there. That's the same hole as last time. That's the hole that Teal used earlier. It's just falling apart on every side here. It's just like like I've seen a game, right, where stuff like this happened, but it took longer for it to happen. And by the time they finally made it to Orange's base, Orange, or the Goth player in that case, was already up in Imp and started spamming. But right now, they're already knocking on Orange's gate. Now he luckily has a castle that will save him for now, but has fortified his base plenty. So yeah, Green is not going to be able to get in here, but I mean, Purple luckily has a castle up at home now. Can maybe go for some Schlachta Privileges Knight, but his economy is not that great, so. And Yellow and Red already kind of yellow and dead. Oh, man. Yeah, Yellow and Red already losing both their home bases, have migrated out into the wasteland, will not have access to wood as a result, unless they go to the back. But of course, wood is going to run out in the back. There's not that much wood over here, actually, so the Goth player is trying to desperately hold out this Knight army, and it's just, it's not looking too good for Estamos GG. Just the position that they have right now is just horrendous. And now even Purple gets Knights in his base. It's forced to defend with a few Knights that he has himself. The Hunt player also has better upgrades on his Knights as well, as the attack upgrade, something that Purple does not have. And then also being outnumbered doesn't help you here as well. It's just, I've seen the power of Goths. I have seen Goth players in this map turn games around. I truly have. I still think that even if Orange can get a lot of Halberdiers out, he might be able to push all of this back. But the question is whether Estamos GG as a team is already too far gone here. We just compare Vil counts. 24 for red, 20 for yellow, 87 and 91 for purple and orange respectively. But you're up against 85 for blue, 90 for green, 90 for teal, and 112. I mean, blue has been able to boom. That should tell you enough. Blue has been able to boom as the flank player. That's how smothering the pressure from Bloodseekers has been. At no point did Estamos GG, have a chance here to come forward and maybe do some counter damage. Like, they're just being attacked on both sides here. In the north it's teal, in the south it's blue and green. Yellow just got this town center up, and it's just gonna go right back down. it's... And it's also painful to watch because you know that this is the home map for Estamos GG. You know they don't want to resign because, well, then, you know, it's the last game. They really wanted to maybe go to a game 5 as well. It's just the hope that they must grow dimmer and dimmer as time goes by. Well, the golf player can finally start spamming stuff. He hasn't gotten perfusion just yet. He's gonna get those upgrades now. But the halberdiers, I mean, at least the halberdiers will make short work of the knights, right? And the question is, what is Grey going to do? And yep, that's what I thought. Do you see that? That's a lot of stables. That's gonna be Paladin, and those Paladin will be able to break into this base, I think. And even if they can't, I mean, honestly, what? Like, it's at this point, the economies for the Bloodseeker team are so good that honestly, you don't really have to worry anymore about what Goths can do. And look at this, the Bohemian player has the economy to make stuff, is making hand cannoneers, because they knew exactly, yeah, we're going to be up against Goths here. Let's get some options out. Hand cannoneers will deal just fine with Goths against any infantry spam. I mean, red and yellow is still alive. Technically, in Age of Empires, that's just the Age of Empires logic. As long as you have one villager alive, you can, in theory, rebuild your empire, which makes very little sense. Think about it. How is one person going to repopulate an empire? You will have to explain that one to me. But Age of Empires, it makes sense, as Blue taking out another town center there from the Poles player. Also has chemistry on his crossbows. That's how he can get the hand cannoneers, of course. But yeah. It's just, how much time does Estamos GG have here? How much time do they have? They're gonna run out of gold. They're gonna run out of wood over here. I mean, Orange right now can keep his own base secure with halberdiers. Like, there's nothing that the Knights can do about it, that's for sure. But we're about to see the coming of other units. We have crossbows, we have hand cannoneers. Imperial Age now for most of Bloodseekers' team. And it's just streaming forward military. Look at that. Just the position for Bloodseekers is just good to a degree where I just don't know that they're going to be able to be killed here. Also, one thing that I want to know is whether they can see... Oh, poor Red. Poor Red. I think, yeah, Green just scouted that with a knight, so now they know Red is up there. Now they know Red is up there. As they're Xing something down there. I'm not sure what that is, but... Grey's still walking around here with some villagers. I'm not exactly sure what Grey is doing with those villas. I should imagine building some forward buildings, a town center maybe. But yeah, here come the Paladins. Here come the Paladins, and Orange is just forced to spam Huskarls now, which do not do that well against hand cannoneers. I mean, not especially so. At least he can get a lot of military on the field. Like, it's Orange, it's Purple, kind of holding on, clinging to a little bit of economy that he has behind his wall and castle. That's okay. Okay, Orange is going to try to surround this army now with infantry. Let's see how well this is going to go. Grey gets in the middle, but that is Halberdiers. The Halberdiers will be able to take out the Paladin. Orange has bunched up his units. No bracer on these, so they don't do that well against the infantry spam. Blue trying to sit into a corner here and kill from there. And this is going to be so difficult for Orange to kill. But let's see if the Huskarls do well here, because Huskarls, unlike Halberdiers, do bonus damage versus Blue's units here. But Orange probably waiting for a little bit of mass to get close here, but ooh, could also kill these Cavaliers. Ooh, green. You don't want to be fighting that, green. That's not a good fight for green to take. Not even close. And here you have Blue Blue's trying to kill as many of these as he can. I don't think Blue's army is going to live here, because the Huskarl is doing enough damage there to kill fast enough. It's just... I mean, I don't think Blue's going to care about that. He'll just come with a new army. They have the economy, the expansion to do so. What's going on the other side? Yeah, Red's base getting absolutely wrecked right now. Yellow's going to get wrecked by this as well. So any expansion that Estamos GG did have is just going to get killed. And worse still, Red and Yellow trying to reboot, now down to 11 and 12 villagers respectively. Red is somewhere with a vill. He has villagers somewhere. There's a vill right there. That's a dangerous place to be alive, that's for sure. and they called it GG. GG is called. Yeah, it's just there's not much that the golf player can do here. There's like that's the thing. The golf player can save his team, but there's nothing left of his team to save. It's just been a brilliant performance here by Bloodseekers. Yeah, congratulations for reaching the podium, right? Because the third place. And look at the bottom, you say. Look at the bottom. How far to the bottom? Where am I? Oh, we're getting a GG here. We're getting a GG. Spelled out in stone walls. Well, look at that. If you're going to be pulls and you're going to mine a lot of stone, then this might be the best way to show it, of course. And also, how you doing, Iron Jury, by the way? Okay. Right. Oh, wait. You're saying that you're making this, right? That's what you're talking about. GG. It was a really good game, though. It was a really good game, but in the end, yeah, Bloodseekers, the pressure that they were able to put on Estamos GG, they were just never able to rebound from that. Escribe un saludo a Red Prince y nos vamos. Okay, so you're saying you're writing this for me and then you're gonna go, hey, look, it's me. Hi, Mom, I'm famous. Look, I'm pointing at the screen right now. That's hilarious. Oh, wait, no, you're not spelling Red Prince. You're spelling RP. This is for me. I love it. RP. Don't tell me that you practice this instead of practicing for the tournament, right? That would be hilarious. They're even letting you do it too, aren't they? They're like, okay, yeah, we won here. I love the commitment. I love the commitment. It's in stone walls as well. I gotta love this. How much stone did that take you? There's some gold to buy some more, I guess. Where are these villagers gonna go? I think that's gonna be a G, right? A GG. Let me help a little bit. You were out of stone. You're out of stone. Oh, you're gonna buy a market so you can buy more stone so you can build the G here. I love the commitment, and I also love the fact that they're just letting you do this. Yeah, look, I mean, Blue can see this, and Blue's like, nah, this is fine, mate. Blue! Or is he helping? Blue! No! My G! My beautiful G! GG. Okay, I guess Blue wasn't having this. Blue wasn't having this, but I love it. I love it. Look at it. Let's get rid of all the stuff here so we can actually see. Red print, and I can't zoom out more. Red print's G, and then this RP. Oh, red print's 97. There you go. That makes sense. I love it. I love the dedication there. Perfect. If I could zoom out more, I would. I totally would. Looks really nice. Like, you can even read it on the mini-map, like, pretty well. I mean, Blue's kind of ruining it now, because now we can't see all the purple, but, damn you, Blue. Thanks, you guys. Really, I really like that. That's cool. I'll take some screenshots for the highlight reel or something like that. Well, GG. And my name. Mom, I'm famous. I am definitely famous right now. Thanks, you guys. Really appreciate that. Let me get that up again. Boom. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, but I mean, I think that all that has been said about this game has been said. I mean, the Paladins in the end did make it into Orange's base, but they had resigned by that point, so, yeah, just GG. It was a really good game, and it was a good series as well. Like, I really enjoyed this. It was a great way to start off the day. I'm pretty sure that whoever is watching this is also enjoying this as well. Yeah, you know, you guys, as Yellow building some stuff over here as well. We can have a quick look at the statistics here as well. Just for the fun. The fun of it. And also let me update the scoreboard as well, so you know, that reflects the accurate score. There we go. 3-1. Yeah, I mean, the Goth KD usually doesn't look very pretty anyways, because you're massing. It's more about spamming units than about spamming quality units. But yeah, I don't think there was much that the Goth player could do at this point. It's just too far gone. And that's due to the insane pressure from Bloodseekers. They reacted well to the fact that there was a Goth player. And you see, even with that much pressure, right, the Goth player still got the imp and still got the spam units. That's how difficult it is to punish that. But the way to go about it is you put so much pressure on the rest of the team that the Goth player, there's no team to save. And that's kind of what happened. I think the timeline will be instructive there. Yeah, right there. See? That's what I mean. And the Goth player joining the fray here was just there was nothing that he could do anymore at this point. So, really nice. Also, really nice booms here overall for Bloodseekers. Nice boom for orange and for purple, despite being under that much pressure, by the way. But yeah, red and yellow, of course. Yeah, they got squished a little bit early on. That was difficult to deal with. I just want to look one more time at my nice RPG sign. Red Prince 97, gotta love it. That's, by the way, that's my birth year. That's what the number is for. So now you know how old I am. Alrighty. G.